thanks for checking out another interview on the platform. Great fun to catch up with Nicole Nighthawk. She's an awesome musician out of Melbourne, and here she is with her band Grand Hour. Well, Nicole, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Andy.
I love stories. So before we play your song, which we can't wait to hear, tell us a little bit about you and music. How did it come to be in your life?
I've been a musician for as long as I can remember. So from the time I was, a little kid out of the womb, I guess, my dad's a jazz musician. He was playing music. There was music all around me. My whole dad's side of the family is musical. So he's got 4 brothers, and they're all jazz musicians. They were in a band together. Wow. And I was just brought up with that. So it was always part of my life. And, I guess when you're young and that's just all around you, it just feels natural. So you kind of just want to be in music. And I feel like I was just born to do music. It's like, I don't know, I put it like it's a disease, which is a terrible way to put it, but it's like this thing that you have to do. And it doesn't really make any logical sense because it's not really an easy thing being a musician. Yeah. It's a lot of work and there's not always the recognition or reward, but that's not why you do it. But it's like this thing you have to just keep doing. And I've been playing guitar since I was a kid, writing songs since I was about 13. And it's just some crazy thing I have to do. So
who are some of your influences then? And by the way, you're in Melbourne, so are you a Melbourne girl?
Yes, Melbourne. I lived in Sydney for a little while.
Okay.
When I was in Sydney, so my dad was actually in the music industry. He ran Allens and Brashes for a long time. Oh. So it was, also in the days of, CBS Records and Sony when it was all a really big thing. They used to get big artists coming over. I actually met Michael Jackson and things like that through his work and, some crazy stuff like that. So that probably influenced me too, because meeting all these superstars and seeing all of that, it kind of, you'd go to these concerts and see these people performing on the stage. It's like, that's what I want to do.
I could imagine. So, who though, with your influences, who in the industry sort of means or inspires you the most?
Yeah, look, I really love and admire songwriters from the old school, like Carole King and that kind of thing. Queen's one of my favourite bands, so, Freddie Mercury is one of my heroes. People like, Michael Jackson as well. I know he's not the flavour of the month, clearly, but look, as an artist, if you put everything else aside, he's amazing. I love all kinds of music. I love pop, I love rock, I love folk. When I write, it's really from a folk perspective because I, play with an acoustic guitar most of the time. And, I was in a rock band for a while. When you take a song to a band, then it becomes something else. But I love sort of that thing of a song in its rawest form, and you can take it anywhere, to a dance track, to a rock song, to anything from that. So, yeah.
Now the end is near. I can almost taste it. And all that we shared has only been wasted. It's wasted. 'Cause I believed in your lies, everything you told me. You said to her, take back your words.
Well, tell us about this song that we're about to see, Black and Sky. I understand there's quite an interesting story behind it.
Yeah, look, it's a pretty personal song for me. It's one thing about being a musician is it's when you write a song, you're in a very vulnerable emotional place, and you kind of put yourself out there in a very vulnerable way when you release music to the world. You write this stuff from your heart and soul, and it means so much to you, and then you kind of let it go and you hope people are going to connect with it in some way. And obviously, there can be backlash and people criticizing or whatever it is. But so for me, this song, I was in a relationship and married for quite a while, and my partner was actually the guitarist and producer in my band. And, we had a great relationship, but my whole life really consisted of working towards my musical goals, and that was everything for us. So, like, we worked around the clock. We built a recording studio. We put the band together, and we had, like, some really good success. Like, we were at the Australian Independent Awards. We were the Australian Rock Artist, so we won Best Rock Artist at that. And some things like that. We were on the cover of a US magazine and had lots of radio airplay around Australia and overseas. We achieved quite a lot of things on a local scale that I kind of set out to achieve. But I got to a place where I felt like I really wasn't happy within myself. And I couldn't really understand it. And I felt like I had so much of what I'd worked for, but it still wasn't fulfilling to me. I just kind of felt like there was this emptiness inside. And I kind of realized within myself that I was probably gay, actually. And I was in a straight relationship.
Yeah, I could do a whole episode about this, but that must have been interesting times.
Yeah. And that's quite confronting, really, when you've been straight your whole life, and then all of a sudden you kind of think, hang on, like, I actually think I'm attracted to women and maybe always have been, and I'm in a straight relationship with an amazing guy who I love, but I think I love him more like a brother and a best friend. And, so at this time, I guess I was in this place where I was doing a lot of soul searching myself, and Chris Cornell died. And I'm a big Chris Cornell fan. I love Audio Slave. I love Soundgarden. And it really hit home because I thought, you know what, like, I'm unhappy now in this place I'm in. And this is one of my musical heroes who has everything that I'm working towards. And if he's so unhappy that, he can end his life, then the future's not going to be great for me, no matter what I achieve, if I don't change my own life.
Yeah.
So it was a horrible time, and it was a very lonely time because it's sort of something you kind of deal with internally for quite a while before you kind of bring that out into the world. And, I did speak to my husband at the time, and I told him, and, I was very open about everything. I didn't, want to lie or do anything behind his back. And so, I had these conversations with him as well, and it took quite a while before I actually made the decision to leave him and the band and the studio and everything I'd worked for to actually find myself. But this song that I wrote after Chris Cornell died, it was partly the inspiration of Chris Cornell dying and how I was feeling at that time. I was in a very dark place, and I felt like no matter what I achieve and no matter what what things come along, if I don't find this happiness within myself and my place in the world and be true to myself, then I'm never going to be happy, and I'll just be possibly another statistic if I continue being as depressed as I was at that point in time. I can happily say that now, I'm out in the world happily, openly gay, still friends with my ex-husband. Our band is not together at the moment. It's, it's been a little bit hard for the band. So I'm sad about that, but hopefully we are actually halfway through a second album, so hopefully we'll finish that at some point. But I'm launching a new career as a solo artist, so I'm writing at the moment for that. And this is kind of the first song that I've just recorded. I just recorded it acoustically live last week in the studio, actually, just to put it down and put something out there. And this song means a lot to me because it was really that turning point, I guess, mentally of like, I need to make a change within myself and my life. So.
Dark and June, blackened sky, fall away the pieces of your life. No way out, the angels cry, the devil dances softly on your mind, feeding every scar. Isn't it enough to taste the pleasure and the poison? When it's not enough, the light slowly fades. Drift away, numb inside, empty with a battle you can't fight. No more pain, the last goodbye. The angels pull you closer to the light. Darkness washes clean every broken promise, every sin. Wasn't it enough to be all you ever wanted? Wasn't it enough to have all you ever dreamed? Wasn't it enough to taste the pleasure and the poison? When it's not enough, the light slowly fades. Every glass is shattered, questions without answers. Nothing seems to matter anymore. When it's not enough to be all you ever wanted. When it's not enough to have all you ever dreamed. When it's not enough to taste the pleasure and the poison. When it's not enough, the light slowly fades. When it's not enough, when it's not enough, when it's not enough, when it's not enough, the light slowly fades.
Hey,
Yeah.
so I love asking people about like chasing dreams and stuff. Like, have you always been a big dream chaser? And also, what is the ultimate dream for you?
Yes, I've always been a big dream chaser. I've always had big goals and big ambitions. I was pretty much a workaholic for a lot of my life and working relentlessly towards my goals. When we built this studio, it took us 7 years, and it's like the studio is bigger than our house. It's a proper commercial studio, and my ex-husband Jason from the band Grandauer, he was a builder. He's an acoustic designer, so we kind of went about this project of building our own studio so we could do our album, and that was literally 7 years working every day, after work, weekends, all that stuff.
Wow.
And so then we put the band together, 3 years to do the album. So like that was a lot of work in itself. Doing that, I had massive goals and dreams and ambitions, as you do. I pushed super hard. I practiced my vocals every day. I did all the stuff you meant to do. And, going back to what we talked about before, I think I realized now that what I need to do music for is because I'm born to do it. I have to do it. I love it. And I'm just going to write to express my own feelings and emotions. And writing for me, it's always been kind of a therapy for me. And so I'll continue to let it be a therapy for me and speak my mind through songs, because that's how I express. And if people connect with that, then that is kind of all I hope for these days. It's really to connect with people. And if people love it and they share it and it gets out there, then that's amazing. If they don't connect with it, I'll be a little bit sad, secretly about that. But, but that's fine as well, because I realized I have to just do it for myself because I have to do it. It's just something I have to do.
Gather up your things tonight. You gotta make it to the other side. Right now you feel like it's the end. But you know that you can start again. Yeah. 'Cause it's when the fall is far. That's what makes you who you are. It's how you face it, knock by knock, and take it scar by scar. It's what you're left with after the storm. That's what makes you strong. It's what you're left with after the storm. Makes you what you are.
And how do people find you? You got your own website?
Yeah, NicoleNighthawk.com. There's not a lot on it at the moment, but there will be. So I'm writing at the moment. I'm going to be doing some work with a couple of producers down here. Doug Brady's one of them, who's the guy who, way back did Whispering Jack is one of his claim to fame. Yeah, he's the sound engineer for The Voice and Dancing with the Stars and all that kind of thing. He's in Sydney at the moment doing that. So we're going to do a little bit of work together and see where that goes. And yeah, so the future's looking good, and I'll keep working hard, but I'll keep doing it for myself rather than trying to be something to please the masses or be the current thing and chase that. I really don't want to do that anymore. I want to just be true to who I am in every aspect of my life, and if people can connect with that and get something out of what I put out, then that's all I can ever hope for, really.
Yeah, well, it's inspiring. I mean, you've taken big steps and living the life that you feel is what you want to do. And look, awesome to have you on the show, and great song.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
So there she is. Great fun to have her on the show. If you're a musician or you know anybody that would like to come on the platform, jump on our Facebook page, The Platform TV Show, or our website, theplatformtv.net. Leave a message and maybe a video and some info, and who knows, with Skype, anything's possible. We'd love to feature them. Thanks for watching.